What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro Tool video. Madolche LINKS finally had some time to playtest these, at least this new card. But the new Madolche Link monster is not one of the best monsters revealed in the Link Vrains pack. It's decent, but it's really on par with Mrs. Radiant, right? Both have their advantages. This is, well, what can I say, right? More of a Link version, Link-based deck. Konami wants us to play like this, guys. Again, they're not forcing us, but it's up to you how you want to play your own deck, right? But again, the more standard engines, splashable engines in Link format like Grinder Golem, the Predaplant engine, you know, definitely has advantages due to the one of Brilliant Fusion. Yes, only one Brilliant Fusion. I'm basing myself on an OCG build, I believe first place past weekend. So only one Brilliant Fusion, one Madolche, or at least the two Madolche spells and traps. Triple Rescue Cat as well. I definitely like this variant, although the difference between the OCG build is that OCG has access to double Dandelion indeed, and that's somewhat important. Again, it just equals more shenanigans. But again, one of Rescue Cat equals into your Jasmine, and you know this lovely shenanigans of yes, this is quite standard, right? Eventually, depending on your hand, I do have the level 5 Puddingses in the hand, but you will be, or at least you would have been able to search it out off of Hoodcake if I'm not mistaken. Go for that Draco Serpent, yeah, you know your regular shenanigans, right? Link format again, and I know some people don't like it, but again, this is Link format, guys. Konami, you know, this is new age Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami wants us to play like this. Again, it's not, you're definitely not forced to play like this, but again, it's just how it is. Again, the option of Brilliant Fusion, the option of Predaplants, Grinder Golem as well. Again, you're not forced to run it. If it wasn't for these other engines, I'd probably also main deck Instant Fusion, Double Summon as well with Magiland. Magiland is not in the finalized build, as it was in the OCG version, by the way. But yeah, Double Summon again, Magiland. Scapegoat, definitely an instant staple at 3. You know, again, Link format, and it's just so powerful by pumping out those extra Link monsters with Scapegoat. Anyway, the opponent, okay, my field first turn was actually quite good, only thanks to that one of Rescue Cat and, you know, a couple of monsters from the hand. But again, the opponent was able, you know, Magical Musketeers to get rid of my entire field. But I have a nice follow-up, definitely my Madolches are shining here. But yeah, again, it might seem a strange build. Same reaction I had on first sight, you know, with only one field spell, the one Madolche ticket, one Brilliant Fusion only. But for me, it definitely makes sense. Anyway, against Burning Abyss, I got to start, again, very weak opening, 2 hand traps though, so prevent my opponent from, you know, activating, at least playing the game right. That only a very weak opening move of normal summoning the Magiland. I still was playing it, but eventually also dropped it following the OCG build. Yeah, I think I also saw indeed another version, another way of Madolches from the OCG was with artifacts as well. Multiple double summons, a triple scapegoat, but of course a much slower build. And you know, Madolche on their own are quite slow, and not really sure, well, the standard Link shenanigans adding into, splashing into every archetype, you know, nowadays, that's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays works, does give the deck, or at least the archetype, somewhat of a big boost, but you know, it's pretty much always the same, right? YgoPro Sistart with its nice effect that it's like protected from being destroyed by just sending back a Madolche monster, I believe, from your graveyard back to the deck, but you know, you can just get it back, right, with your Madolche spells. Okay, it indeed gets returned to the field thanks to Farfa. But again, the opponent having those stoppers like either hand traps or fog blades, definitely a similar, yeah, similar weaknesses. Madolche have like, yeah, very similar to Magical Musketeers, right? If you can stop their normal summon, it's very hard to come back after that. Unless you're playing, of course, something like, yeah, those extenders, Instant Fusion, a Grinder Golem, for example, by starting off. The Predaplant engine is definitely very good, but super weak to Ash Blossom, for example, but I think it's worth it, definitely, because it searches out your Brilliant Fusion, again, setting up a possible Trick Clown or Fairy Tale Snow if you do play it in the main deck. I believe at this point, yeah, indeed, Mrs. Radiant, but yeah, again, was very low on life points. The mandatory grinder golem standard shenanigans, but again, you have the option, why not? There's still no, yeah, but you know, the OCG list, the supposedly OCG list was leaked last week, but again, that was all rumor, which had grinder golem to 1. That's definitely the option. But Akashic Magician, I believe I called Ash Blossom. Most of the time I just call Ash Blossom. I think I should have called Brilliant Fusion, and the Brilliant Fusion was sent from my deck to the graveyard. But anyway, it's just Grinder Golem shenanigans again, featuring Angeli. You know, you can just eventually search out your double Madolche spell cards, both Ticket and Chateau. And yeah, just standard, right? Go for the double Firewall Dragon indeed, setting up the field, and Sistart as well. Sistart indeed has her effect full intact, since any Madolche monster is pointing towards her, or at least she has like a Madolche monster in one of those zones where her arrows point to. So she protects my spell and traps, my Madolche spell and traps, right? It definitely came in handy here with the opponent's Twin Twister. Okay, Dante is all fine, but again, the Madolche Sistart is protected, and thanks to the field spell, you know, get those searches, get them back to the hand. Again, pretty much setting up for next turn. So again, like standard double Firewall Dragon. Again, I know a couple of people, don't really like this, but again, as I mentioned multiple times before, we have the options now in today's format with the current ban lists, both TCG and OCG, and Konami wants us to play like this, so why not? Anyway, Farfa isn't really that big of a threat. The opponent will banish the... is it Chocolate? Yeah, indeed, Chocolate. But it, you know, will return next turn. But again, I've just, at least during the end phase, but again, I have too many options. And, yep, his own Fogblade just nukes this one. The opponent gets to start. Opening hand is good, but you'll... okay, the Grinder Golem, but the opponent will go for the Blue-Eye Spirit Dragon, preventing multiple special summons, so Grinder is not possible here. But again, the other Link engine, staple engine, splashable engine in the form of your plants definitely come in handy. At this point, I wasn't playing, I believe, the Jasmine. So that's why I eventually go for Draco Serpent indeed. You know, get the same shenanigans going, Hoot Cake as well, get the search off of my... oh, what is it called? I forgot the name. Yeah, eventually, you know, just standard Madolche shenanigans, right? I'm going to lose the Serpent eventually, but thanks to Mrs. Radiant, I would have been able to attack over his Silver, at least over his Synchro monster. Indeed, he does have the Cyclone, but the Pot of Desires is definitely going to be Ash Blossomed, and the Grinder Golem is lurking in my hand, right, for next turn. Thanks to Mrs. Radiant to get back the Angeli. Maybe I should have gotten back the level 3 guy that, you know, that gives you the extra summon. I think I have it in the grave. Then again, Grinder Golem again prevents a normal summon, so... yeah, it didn't really matter that much. Angeli was the most important part here. So again, get off Draco Serpent, get a special summon for Angeli, and pretty much do the same things, guys. Again, I definitely want to add in cards like maybe Spell Striker giving you the extra summon, go for Invoker, and a possible extra level 4 Madolche, the Messengelato. Indeed, that's the name I was looking for. You know, just give you more options to at least work towards your Tiaramisu. Again, Instant Fusion, Spell Striker are two cards that can definitely help getting towards your Tiaramisu. Magellan trying to get a search, indeed, search out Angeli, and indeed the special summon of my Angeli will result in the, the disgusting play of eventually your Tiaramisu. Going for Invoker didn't really make much sense, as I think, well, you're just sacrificing a Hoot Cake, right? But anyway, it's not going to matter too much. I'm just going to attack for a game now. Next opponent, Invoked, that's all fine. Now, opening hand is okay, though, well, one of Hoot Cake, and opening Angeli is quite decent. The Strike as well. But again, not opening, it's not that great. Drawing into the one of Ticket, so normal summon the Angeli and fall onto Maxi. Ah, damn it. That's not really too fantastic. So Hoot Cake eventually go for Messengelato, get a search, right? That's standard, and set the Solemn Strike. During the end phase, the opponent is going to flip over the Scapegoat, and that's again definitely a problem playing against something like Invoked or Tricksters or any other deck that's main decking the package of triple Scapegoat. Quite popular in OCG, same for TCG, right? because it's such a great card. 3 Link summons, right? Draw into Rescue Cat, that's definitely something I like from this build. You have so many one-card, well, one-card combos, or one-card, at least one cards leading to multiple special summons, bigger boards, like Rescue Cat, the Brilliant Fusion Engine, aka the Predaplant Engine. So you have so many, yeah, Hood Cake as well, of course, for Madolches. It just leads to more board shenanigans and more board presence, right? Yeah, Mr. Gelato will be sent back to the deck, that's all fine, but again, okay, I do have a lot of options, but the Makaba is definitely a big problem. The Hood Cake will be negated, and okay, I can attack over the Security Dragon, but again, that gives him the extra fusion, at least the extra deck summon. So yep, that's basically a game over. GG, well played, right? He's eventually going to OTK. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I did add in the Solemn Brigade again, have some form of defense, maybe some extra hand traps as well. The last game I squeezed in, but like, it's crazy. You will see it in a couple of moments. Go for Akashic, yes, standard Grinding Golem place, with the Rescue Cat and the Predaplant Engine ready to go off, right? So again, use Akashic's effect, calling Ash Blossom, something I always do. There's the first one, there's the second one, and the third one. 3 Ash Blossoms, I never had something like this, crazy stuff. So all of them are at least added to my hand, so eventually use Rescue Cat as well, fall into the opponent's Ash Blossom, that's all good. I can follow it up with the Predaplant Engine. Again, that's definitely something I like for this particular Link version of Madolche. So many engines, so many one-card combos, or at least one cards that can lead into your heavy yeah, special summon boards, right? The summon of Borderlord Dragon here on the right was a mistake. Should have special summoned it on the left side of my Firewall Dragon. Would have given me more extra deck zones, right? Especially with Borderlord's markers. Top deck into Rescue Cat, very good. Definitely very nice. Rescue Cat like a one card, either Madolche Link monster or the melee, the tree indeed that leads to Dandelion, into Jasmine, into more plays, right? Rescue Cat being like a one card shenanigans play, definitely, that's something I, again, definitely like about this deck. Triple Ash Blossom sealing the deal eventually, right? It's just too strong. It was like a +3, right, off of Akashic Magician. But yeah, let's be honest, how many times will that happen? Normal summon Hood Cake, go for Angeli, again just standard Madolche plays, right? I think I should be able to, no, not yet, should be next turn, right? But again, I'm just in full control of the duel. The scapegoats are just stalling a bit, but I believe the last Ash Blossom should come into play by the top deck of the Terraforming, and that just should be GG. So again, I know a couple of people not really liking this build, this way of running, you know, any archetype in today's format, in today's Link format, like splashing in Rescue Cat, Grinder Golem, Predaplant Engine, but that's just how it works, guys. So yeah. Again, feel free to leave feedback, and as always, thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.